Combat Reality Series, Video 1, When Everything Else Fails, the Combat Mindset Shift. You did everything right. You carried yourself with confidence. You stayed aware of your surroundings. You tried to de-escalate. But here you are anyway, facing someone who wants to hurt you. Today, we talk about what happens when everything else fails. The problem, when prevention fails. If you've been following our Defender Confidence series, you know that most attacks can be prevented before they start. But here's the hard truth: sometimes you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Sometimes you encounter someone who's decided you're their target regardless of how you carry yourself. This isn't about paranoia or fear. This is about being complete in your preparation. Because the moment someone decides to hurt you, everything changes. Your world shrinks to this one moment, this one decision: am I going to be a victim, or am I going to survive? That decision happens in your mind first. Everything else flows from there. The biggest mistake people make in violent encounters isn't physical, it's mental. They can't make the shift from, "I hope this doesn't happen," to, "I will survive this." Here's what that shift looks like. First, accept the reality. This is happening. Right now. Wishing it wasn't won't change anything. Your brain wants to deny it, to hope they're just trying to scare you. Don't let denial waste precious seconds. Second, flip the script. They chose you because they thought you were prey. You're not. You're a person with the right to defend yourself, and you're about to prove they made a serious mistake. Third, manage your adrenaline. Your heart is pounding, your vision is tunneling, your fine motor skills are disappearing. This is normal. Don't fight it, use it. Adrenaline is rocket fuel if you know how to channel it. Fourth, remember the law is on your side. When someone attacks you, they've given you the legal and moral right to stop them using reasonable force. You're not the aggressor, you're the defender. This mental shift, from victim to survivor, changes everything about how you move, how you think, and how you act. Your attacker chose someone they thought was helpless. Show them they were wrong. The tools: complete protection system. Now let's talk about something crucial: your complete protection system. Throughout this series, we've talked about a simple formula. Confidence plus awareness plus training plus quality tools equals complete protection. We've covered the first three in our previous videos. Today, we need to talk about tools. When your life is on the line, you want every advantage possible. The Defender isn't a magic solution, it's a force multiplier for everything you've already learned. Your mindset is still the weapon, but the Defender gives that weapon reach, leverage, and stopping power. For this mental shift we're discussing, I recommend starting with the Defender 1. Here's why: it's legal virtually everywhere, easy to carry daily, and gives you options when empty hands aren't enough. But more importantly, the psychological confidence of knowing you have a backup plan actually makes you calmer and more effective in high-stress situations. Think about it: when you know you have options, you're less likely to panic. When you're less likely to panic, you think more clearly. When you think more clearly, you make better decisions. Better decisions save lives.
We're going to look at the anatomy of a defender. A defender is actually, every piece of the defender is part of the weapon system itself. As you can see here, we're going to talk about the front striking surface first. This particular technique is known as the bonk. You're using the Defender 1 and its kinetic energy. It's all in the wrist there. As you're striking bony areas, it causes huge amounts of pain, because it's such a small surface area at the head of the Defender 1 that it's striking, and concentrating all the energy into the bony structures. If you hit soft tissue, it doesn't work, but boy, when you hit bones, it really, really hurts. As I'm showing here, you can hit elbows, for example, any bony protrusion, hand, back of hands, fingers, heads. It actually stuns them. This gentleman's name is Be Real Dave, and he takes a beating, but anything coming at you, you can strike. Again, any grabs that people grab you, you can hit them. Also, if people are punching at you, you can let them run into this tool, and that hurts a lot. You can guide their hand into the tool with your left hand in particular. It also stops kicks the same way. The next part of the Defender, one that is really unique, is the point. And we're going to show some clips here. The point is incredible because, like a counter to a grab here, I just move that point onto that arm and the pain just drops CJ like a rock. That point hurts so bad. Here's Be Real Dave coming in for a choke and placing it, in this case, at his elbow, the crook of the elbow. Easy to reach. The time before I got it in the back of the neck. Here, again, I'm moving him in close to me with the point because it hurts so bad at the crook of the arm. That'll allow me then to push him off. In this case, I'm attacking a carotid artery with the top part of the Defender one, but it does great, just ejects your opponent away from you quickly. Look at Dave's face. He goes, oh my gosh, you know? And in this particular case, the infamous triangle choke, rear choke here, rear naked choke, you pull the choke off with that point and can do an arm bar. Here I'm attacking the back of the leg from that particular choke as well, which really hurts a lot. And you just rip along that inside of that thigh, and they don't want anything to do with you. They completely forget about what they were doing because the pain is so intense. Then, of course, you can come in and do a digit capture or whatever you want. Again, a little bit more in slow motion this time, reaching around to get a hold of them. You want to make an airway there, and then, of course, come in with that point and rip up through the leg, and they will let go. They usually scream first, and then they let go. But here I'm showing, of course, the placement of the particular Defender 1 point on the inside of that thigh. Now here I'm showing a escape from a headlock, actually, attacking again the inside of that thigh and pulling them up and down and using the point right in that calf area, pinning them, and you can see Be Real Dave is tapping there pretty quickly. Also use the pommel end, which we'll discuss a little later, can cause lots of pain as well, and of course step on their ankle. That's always good. Next up is the tissue points, or the little grooves at the top of the Defender. Basically, they attack soft tissue, as you're going to see here. You hold the tool with your own finger through the hole first, and with your opposing thumb on those tissue teeth, you can grab soft tissue, ears, in this case lips, noses. Oh boy, I tell you what, you get a hold of a nose like that, you got something. You want pressure on both sides, as I'm going to show here, squeezing that nose into those sharp tissue teeth. And once you have somebody like this, they'll go anywhere you want. The next piece of the Defender we're going to look at is the rear edge. Every piece on the Defender, as we said before, is a weapon, part of the weapon system. Here I'm going to use it to get a hold of Dave's ear. Ouch. By placing the tool, that rear edge, which is somewhat sharp on the back side of his ear, and capturing his ear between the edge and my palm, and squeezing, you can really maneuver Dave around easily, as you'll see in just a minute. And then I'm going to add a clip from one of our intro discs right about now, which you'll see a combination.
Ah! 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 Oh!
How'd that feel?
In his arm. The next area we're going to look at is the digit capture hole. One of the unique features of a Defender is the fact that if you can get a hold of a digit, a finger, a thumb in this case, you have so much leverage. You can do all of your normal martial arts stuff or just crank away, and you can see people will do anything when that thumb is captured like that. It's not that hard to capture thumbs, believe it or not. This way we're showing here, you actually roll the tool across the cuticle and it pops right up in there. And of course, once you've got a hold of them, again, you can move them around easily. The next piece of the weapon system, known as the defender, is the pommel, which is the bottom end of the tool. And here I'm striking the top of the hand. It's an extremely good striking piece of the tool. You can strike obviously good boning areas, back of hands is shown here, as well as any other bony area, hands, head, temples. You have a plethora of opportunities to use the pommel to really damage your attacker and get yourself out of a bad situation. One of the last features of the Defender, or all the Defender line actually, are these two holes at the bottom of the pommel, and they are used for a lanyard which attaches to a quick release hook. And shown here, as you can see, the hooks don't come with the tool, but the lanyards can be purchased, and they're a great way to carry and deploy your Defender. As shown here, it hangs at my side just about the length of my arm and can break apart over 1,000 times, deploy quickly, and use. That's the Defender lanyard.
The training, mental preparation. Physical tools are only as good as your mental preparation. Here's how you train the mindset shift. Mental rehearsal. Spend 5 minutes a week visualizing yourself making that mental shift. See yourself accepting the reality, flipping the script, managing your adrenaline, and acting decisively. Stress inoculation. Practice making decisions under pressure. Take a cold shower and practice controlled breathing. Do jumping jacks and then try to thread a needle. Get your heart rate up and practice staying calm. Scenario planning. Walk through what-if situations. What if someone approaches you in a parking garage? What if someone follows you to your car? Don't obsess, but have a plan. Remember, the time to decide how you'll react isn't when someone's attacking you. It's right now, when you're calm and thinking clearly. Physical stress training. Sprint and focus. Run up 3 flights of stairs, then immediately try to write your name legibly or dial a phone number from memory. Breath control under load. Hold a wall plank while practicing box breathing, 4 count in, 4 hold, 4 out, 4 hold. Fine motor under stress. Do burpees for 30 seconds. A burpee is a full body exercise that combines a squat, plank, and jump into a single, dynamic movement, then immediately try to tie your shoes or button a shirt. Balance challenge. Stand on 1 foot while someone tries to distract you with questions or sudden movements. Decision making under pressure. Time pressure choices. Set a timer for 3 seconds and practice making quick decisions. Which exit would you take? What's your escape route? Which hand would you use? Multitasking stress. Count backwards from 100 by 7s while doing simple tasks like sorting objects by color. Startle response training. Have someone unexpectedly clap or shout while you're focused on a task. Practice recovering quickly and continuing. Mental stress inoculation. Noise training. Practice thinking clearly while listening to loud, chaotic sounds, sirens, shouting, construction noise. Distraction resistance. Try to recite your address, phone number, and emergency contacts while someone asks you random questions. Visualization under stress. While your heart rate is elevated, practice visualizing calm, controlled responses to threats. Real-world applications. Parking lot awareness. After intense exercise, walk through a parking lot and practice identifying potential threats and escape routes. Public speaking stress. Use the nervous energy from speaking to a group to practice staying calm and thinking clearly under social pressure. These techniques train your mind and body to function effectively when adrenaline is flooding your system, exactly what you need in a real encounter. In closing, here's what I want you to remember: you have the right to go home safe every day. You have the right to defend yourself. You have the right to use reasonable force to stop someone who's trying to hurt you. But rights without the ability to exercise them are just words on paper. Your complete protection system, your confidence, your awareness, your training, and yes, your tools, gives you the ability to exercise those rights. The Defender 1 isn't about looking for trouble. It's about being prepared when trouble finds you. Because sometimes, despite everything you do right, it still finds you. Next week, we'll discuss managing distance, why being grabbed is the worst-case scenario and how to prevent it. But before that happens, make sure your protection system is complete.